as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Houston Texans. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Mixon running wide side. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. When you look at this Bronco defense, they've been dreadful against the run. No getting around at number 32, dead last in the NFL.
They have tried all season long to fix all the things that they need to in the running game, and they have been successful so far. I'm wondering if this is a time to just sell out. Make sure you have 8 in the box every time and bring a 9th and sometimes even a 10th to try and stop them from running the ball.
His first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. It's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
And he stopped immediately there. Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll go play action with Nix. His first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And the Texans will have solid field position here as they take over at the 45-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
On the quick, right? 18, what's that?
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
All right.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. The wreck in the defense there was Brandon Smith. Back to stop him before he got to the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
All right.
Stroud out of the gun here. And he slings one that's incomplete. But you look at this Bronco defense, they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
Stroud to throw it. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jahdae Barron. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or they're kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we've wondered just how good is this team? They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 14 yards there and the Denver first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. 10 more there and another first down.
And the Broncos first down.
Once more with Harvey. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Harvey now on 1st and 10. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. And a tackle there by C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
When trying to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Nix. And he's going to be taken down. Back around the 35-yard line. Daniil Hunter in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Throwing Nix. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Harvey. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
But it brings up 4th down.
They're going. It's Nix. Touchdown, Denver. Evan Ingram, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. What's good on the extra point? And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit. Like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. This 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Let's go.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. That one complete. It's tanked down. First connection there of the afternoon for those 2, and it's good for a first down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Look to hot, look to hot. Hey, uno. Hey, south.
Now Stroud. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6.
On the quick, right? Swap. Another swap.
Coming right, this is Chubb on the toss. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Oh, right.
Stroud looking to throw. And able to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And that's where you want to use your big tight end. Let him use his size and frame to go up and get the deep ball in the end zone. But that time, they couldn't connect.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. Here's Stroud. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Stroud working out of the gun. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. The Texans now at 2-5 to start play. And Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind out for first down.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here. This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Second down at the Broncos' 14-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
The Texans on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. They'll go play action here with Stroud. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
18, outside.
Throwing now is Stroud. They intercept Stroud again, the 3rd time in this game. And the Broncos will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. I appreciate the aggressiveness trying to go for it there on 4th down, but you're in the red zone, had 3 points in your back pocket. Instead, Charles, they throw it away.
Certainly a big call to go for it on 4th down. As you said, in the red zone, definitely going to cost them 3 points, and we'll see how that affects the game as time goes on.
And this is caught. Touchdown. Coleman Sutton, 68 yards. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Lutz with the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0.
14. Texans nothing.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now. In front. There he goes, left side. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Houston. Takedown, 65 yards. And the Texans are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Well, there's no doubt that this offense was in desperate need of a quick answer, and they got it. One play, and they're right back in this game.
Because you got the sense if they stalled out here and then another score on the other side to make it a 3-score game, could have gotten under. Boy, they're down only 1 score, still first half, but they're going to line up for the onside kick. And the Broncos are going to get the football. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things. And what?
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
They just gave up a sack there. If I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back. assist because right now the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. Nix to the air. That's taken in by Franklin. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Second and a couple. Operating from the gun. Here's Nix. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Nix to throw again. McKinnon here is complete. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to make it fourth down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They'll go for it. Here's Nix. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on fourth. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last time that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
All right. 18. What's that? Look at hot.
Stroud. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Collins. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on fourth down? Stroud and company going for it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before it's taken down. And Stroud now to throw. That'll be pulled in downfield by Collins. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins, 56 yards. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. To throw, here's Nix. He'll get that complete to Franklin. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. Here's Nix. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a first down. To throw is Nix. Eluding the pressure right. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Nix looking to throw again. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. The kick by Lutz is good, and they take a 17-14 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. 1 second, all that remains. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about. 66 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Again, it's Harvey. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. 2nd and 6 from the 10. 4
yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Off the bootleg, here's Nix. And he's going to go down. Same thing at the 13-yard line. Will Anderson getting home and finishing the play. That time, it looked like he essentially just ran right into the pass rush.
Yeah, partner, I'm not much of an outdoorsman, but the fish jumped right into the net, didn't he? Because you've got to make sure that you're deep enough that you can get around the defensive end, have an angle there. But he couldn't do it because he actually cut that one off. Really nice play coming off the edge.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play. From the gun on third down, it's Nix. This is caught for a Bronco touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos are able to stretch out their lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Texans 14. Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
A gain of 12 yards. And the Texans first down.
The throwing again is Stroud. And now here's another interception. Brandon Smith picks it off. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones. And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Nix. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Daniil Hunter picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's the 2nd sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And that will be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Now Lutz for the field goal try. He connected on his first, this from 41. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. He's got his man, Schultz, coming across the formation. 22 yards there, a first down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
They'll roll him out right. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Riley Moss. Pushing his way through. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Throwing Nix. And this will complete again to Mims. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. From the 3, second and a yard.
At the 3-yard line.
Nix going to give to Harvey. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. On play action, here's Nix. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Evan Ingram. his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Broncos take advantage of the short field and finish it off with a quick touchdown. And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for 2.
The Broncos will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll try and throw for it. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
To kick off for the Broncos.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles, if they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big pickup of 38.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Here goes Stroud again. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the Broncos are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, the field goals probably aren't going to... At this point, this was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to.
Handsome Lagosian, name ring bells on both sides of the ocean. Falsetto finesse, swoon baby girl I wear out of the stretcher. She be like, You a part-timer, I'm an all-timer. You a viral artist, I will offline you. Stay far from y'all criers, bar for bar sire. Team full of stars and it all fire. I don't spill words, I Spielberg on the beat. Make a movie, yeah, it's the return of the G. Show them the way, cause they real nerds on the street like Braille. The way I make them feel words on the sheet. He's so good. She like he's so good to me. He's so good. She like he's so good to me. The sun gon' rise, the earth gon' spin. Toby gon' kill this beat, a chef gon' cook. You still don't get no looks. No better than Tech Bro Shook. Sticks and stones or bricks and bones, but your words can't hurt cause you ain't read no books. Stay woke, take notes, joke. Don't look shattered like broke glass. I'ma shine till they blind, pour the blinds out. You online making threats, make them sign out. I redefine routes. We the ones Chris Webber calling time out. Around and find out.